Welcome to the Freshmouth Club. I used to use every non-fluoride toothpaste on the market. I used baking soda, hydrogen peroxide, and I would rinse daily with colloidal silver, but never has my mouth been so clean as when I joined the Freshmouth Club. Now, I came across this place because of going to the Super Soldier Convention that James RINK put on last year. And I met the owner, Larry, and he talked about these products. And here's some of what he said. We make the best and healthiest toothpaste you can buy. And what makes it that way? Nano silver, which is a lot better than colloidal silver. And colloidal silver is very good on its own, but this stuff's got colloidal silver beat. It's all natural, no fluoride, gluten-free, vegan, and paraben-free. And it tastes great and it foams up nicely, and I can speak to that. I love brushing my teeth with this product. Our specialized nano silver technology eliminates bad bacteria without ingesting any type of harmful chemicals. This antibacterial, antimicrobial agent has also been found to aid in the repair of tooth decay, receding gums, teeth sensitivity, and bad breath while fighting against viral pathogens. With our amazing nano silver formula, you can take brushing to a whole other level, making sure your mouth stays always fresh, always clean. Not only that, if you join the Freshmouth Club, they have Maha products. It's the ultimate brushing system. Your mouth and teeth will thank you, and possibly your friends and family as well. This is so true. My mouth has never felt this fresh. I asked them if I could be an affiliate because I can just only say good things about this product. It is a club, but you are in complete control with how much you get. You can even end it at any time you want if you feel like you're not getting the results. I stand behind this product 10,000%. At Freshmouth Club, we take brushing seriously, and you should too. You only get one set of teeth. Many diseases start in the mouth, so a clean and fresh mouth will lead to a healthy and happy life. Check it out. The link is in the description. It's the Freshmouth Club, and it's 100% snarky endorsed. Well, hello everyone. I am here with my friend Ra Cloud, who I'm always so happy to see. And hi, Ra, and thank you for being here.
How's it going, Lynn? How you doing?
I'm
It's a
doing
pleasure to be
great.
here.
I chose this background because it's got clouds behind it.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you. So we've got some really interesting things to talk about, I'd say. And Raw Cloud, I'm going to hand it over to you because there's some stuff that you wanted to say. I'll just cue you up on it. Two ways. Uh, we're going to talk about James RINK a little bit here because
Okay.
that definitely was sketchy as hell. And you're going to talk about two ways he was attacked and that you had some people following you, and who are the people that had access to James.
Yes. Well, as you guys know, if you watch my information, if you watch my channel, for the ones that do know me, I don't hold back information. And, if you study my information, I give it to you because we do like timeline jumps with the White Hat military. We do timeline jumps for Earth Alliance, and we go into like the future. Sometimes we stay right here in the present, and sometimes we have to go back into the past and recap on a lot of things that have taken place or going to take place in the near future, and then bring that information back, vent it on the White Hat military, and then bring it to humanity so that we can manifest the reality and liberate Earth in that particular manner. So James Rink has been a good friend of mine for many years now. Um, and we would talk like off the record. He would tell me certain things, especially about the super soldier projects that we have been a part of. I would tell him certain things that I've been doing, certain things that he had been doing, and the attacks from the military industrial complex that cannot control the future outcomes that are coming. So they are trying to eliminate. They're targeting not only the positive SSP super soldiers, but they're targeting um, the people that are waking up humanity, like yourself and other channels out there that are delivering positive messages, but want to give humanity the real deal of what's going on. So the two ways that James Rink were attacked. Now, a month before James Rink, I'm gonna say he was targeted and then eliminated. James Rink, they went after his heart. They went after his liver. They was pretty much attacking his organs. So I was tasked to go into the astral realm and see and remote view. First, I remote viewed what was going on with him, and I saw these particular handlers, and these were more or less female handlers that was around him. They had particular people had like clear cut access to him, and the first way that they was attacking him were these people were being programmed. The ones that are in the here now, they were being programmed in the astral realm by other entities like demonic beings, the same way that people are being programmed by MK Ultra. Well, the same thing was going on. They were being activated in the astral realm. Uh, this one particular entity was dark. She was a female, and she went after the heart. Okay, so she can hypnotize James Rink, get him to be open within the astral realm for these attacks to happen, and they were harming the heart. They were keeping his chakra so confined and not turning in the right direction, just damaging him. That wasn't good enough for the physical body. So the person that was very close to him over time, and this took years to do. This took actual years of a slow poison. This was a, a mild dose of poison that was he was literally being poisoned over time, and it took years for the physical heart to be damaged. It took a long time for the physical liver to be damaged by this slow acting poison. So, and that was the two ways that James Rink was being targeted. A lot
Well,
of people think
I
they,
wanted to just add a couple things to this because James used to always, if he was doing a interview or something, waiting for the person to show up, remember he used to just let it roll, even though the person hadn't logged on yet, and he'd be talking. And he used to show parts of his body where he had little marks and stuff. And he goes,
yes.
he wanted everybody to see it, and
Hmm.
saying he woke up with that. So when you say astral realm, are these be super soldiers that can try, travel to do astral travel that
Yes.
then and contact while he's sleeping? They say,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, you've heard of the Black Triangle, right?
I've
The
heard of it.
Black
I'm not
Triangle
quite
trap.
sure what it is.
Yeah. Well, Black Ops. These are deep state military. The Black Ops people. They wear the black uniforms. They look human, but they are more reptilians. They are super soldiers like we are. And I've had a run into them as well. And I'll talk about that, where the same thing that was happening to James before I came out, they tried to eliminate me the same way, where the Black Triangle, the Black Op people, They came into my home. The black triangle, and I didn't know this until I started getting well. I almost was eliminated. They took me into an underground blood base because of our genetics. James' genetic is you just can't eliminate a super soldier. There are like different protocols. You have to weaken our immune system. Our immune system is heightened. Um, is very heightened by and this is done by the military. Our genetics are a little bit upgraded than the regular human being. So they would come in and do James the same way too. That's where you saw like the needle points.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they would take genetics from him, but they will also for the darker agendas, like if they wanted to eliminate you, they would take you into underground bases and give you a slow dose of it's like the vaccines,
Oh.
Linda. It's pretty much, and that's what that was. That slow poison is pretty much a vaccine. It affects the heart, it affects the liver, and it's a slow process to us. It's going to take a long time for us to be eliminated by this particular vaccine. Now, I don't know if I can say that, but it's much like the COVID vaccine that they will give us. And I got hit with that as well. And I was almost taken out. And this was back in, this was a year before I met James. So this was 20, it was going into 2022. Uh, and I did not get the recall of what happened. These were three military people in black. There were black ops people that came into my home. They could see down the timeline.
Here in this
And
realm?
yes, in
Yeah.
the here and now, they can see down the timelines because they have looking glass technology. They can see down the timeline and see who's going to be causing problems. Linda, I hadn't even begun to come out with information. I hadn't even started a channel yet. And
They knew
they
you were
knew,
gonna.
yes,
Yeah.
and they tried to eliminate me. Now, when they portal in, they were over my home with the black triangle. They portaled in, two of them portaled in, and there was one waiting outside. They took me down my hallway. Two of them lift me up, took me down my hallway. Now they could not portal back up. I don't know why, but they took me out through the front door. Now this didn't dawn on me the next day. It didn't dawn on me, but that because I did not remember this. But the next day, I was extremely sick, and it was like when I went to my front door. When I went to my front door, it was like somebody tried to break in. So it took me almost a year to recall this. I had to fight for my life. They hit me with a vaccine, and it was much like COVID. It pretty much was COVID that they hit me with that vaccine. It affected my lungs. I couldn't breathe, and I'm at work trying to work, and I had to go to the hospital. I felt like I was dying. Um, And this is when all this COVID stuff was going on. This is when that happened. But I didn't get the recall. It took me a long time to fight for my life and to recover.
Well, they were saying that they don't really attack the heart. They attack the heart attack gun attacks the ventricle going into the heart, and then
Yes,
that causes the heart, I guess, to malfunction.
yes,
But it probably takes longer than if they hit your heart directly.
yes. And that's what was going on. Well, they was giving James injections because of our super soldier immune system. Like I said, is upgraded. You just can't eliminate us by um pathogens in the air. You can't do that. So we get taken to an underground base for elimination and it's done. They don't do it all at one time. They have to slowly poison us over time. And this is what was happening to James' physical body. They would
Yeah.
take him. But also, that's not good enough either, because we can regenerate really fast. The astral realm is where he was being attacked as well. He had these entities, attaching to him, playing with his heart, um, just messing with his mind there as well. So they were literally trying to break him on both sides, in the astral realm and in the physical. James didn't drink or smoke. He lived a very healthy lifestyle. He was very active. So that already should raise suspicions. But we have to do a thorough investigation. We're talking about the white hat military. And since I was, James is like a friend and a comrade. We served in these projects as well. And I wanted to do that for him. I wanted to give him a proper tribute, and that's what I did on the channel.
Yeah, I saw that something was wrong
Yes,
because other people having strokes and things at the conference. Were you there?
not at the last one he had.
Neither was I. I couldn't get there. I wanted to be there, but
Yeah,
one thing or another kept getting in my way and made it impossible. And so I guess it was a lucky thing because
yeah.
they were
Well,
attacking people at the conference.
yes, and that is one of the reason why I wanted to come out. James, he called me when he was in the hospital. The a month before his conference, he called me. He was like, "Rob, I'm in the hospital. They won't release me. They're telling me, that, uh, because of my legs are swelling, there's something, wrong with my heart. I got heart failure. There's something wrong with my liver." And this was all like when he called me and contacted me. I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? This is before I knew that he was being attacked in the astral realm by the people here that are close to him. And I don't want to get into it, but the reason why I wanted to talk to you is because they are targeting people in disclosure movements. They are targeting people in disclosure movements. And this is one of the ways to let them know that I am watching them. These particular people, I'm watching them.
I'm glad you said that while I was sitting here.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, because they are. They're
Somehow I
targeting
feel
us.
safer, really.
Absolutely.
But I'm not afraid of them because I feel like that would be attracting them. And I'm really not afraid of them for various reasons. I mean, they want you to be afraid of them, and I
Yes.
think that makes it, but I'm really not afraid of them because we were talking about Michael Aquino and he attacked me. I was being attacked by him when I was in Long Island. So I've already been attacked by,
Yeah.
I guess he's pretty good at attacking people. But I knew I had to get out of that house or
Yeah.
I was going to die.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was. I looked in the mirror one day because all these things were happening to me. I couldn't explain it. And I looked in the mirror one day and I was covered with bruises. I mean, it was shocking. Like I looked in
Yeah.
the mirror and I was like, holy shit, I look like I have some kind of anemic disease or something. But a lot of it was from accidents. And I've also heard that fourth dimensional reptilians, you can manifest them by
Yeah.
thinking about them.
Yes.
And I was exposing Michael Aquino. That's all I was thinking about. And his wife and him were living in Brooklyn. And I was right off the Long Island Railroad in Hampton Bays. And of course, another couple few miles, and you're in Montauk. So
Yeah.
I was right in the line of fire there. And since I've been down here, well, I have been attacked, I've been gang stalked.
And
And
that's another thing I was going to tell you about.
yeah.
Do you know that gang stalking is now controlled by AI
Oh God.
through the cell towers and the Wi-Fi system? Uh, it used to be strategically planned out by the military industrial complex, and the CIA had
Yeah.
this going on for a long time as well. But now, because of the chemtrails, and we have these nanites within our bodies, for the low conscious people, the people that do not believe in any of this, their subconscious can be hijacked. And there was a scientist talking about that we don't need a lot, and this was deep state reptilian. I forgot who he is, but he's a parasite, pathetic individual. And I heard that he's not to disrespect any homosexual people, but he's a homosexual, and I think he's over there in Iraq, an Iraqi scientist. But he's a
So
scientist. He can hijack. He's come out talked about this, that they can hijack the human mind
yeah.
and take it over.
But you have to be asleep,
Yes,
not awake. Like anybody who's waking up is probably just building immunities to anything like that.
yes.
Yeah.
And that's what they don't like. You're absolutely right. You're brilliant. You know this stuff. You absolutely know this stuff. Yeah. So we
And
watch how we treat each other. We watch how we think. Sometimes we do lower our defenses, and we do because of the ego. Sometimes our ego gets in the way, but that's okay. We're learning. We're still learning. But we cannot be hijacked because we know what's going on. For the people that don't believe any of this stuff, they're
yeah.
the ones that are hijacked, and they become uploaded into an archonic system that do gang stalking now. They don't even understand it, but they begin
Yeah.
to watch you because they are being programmed through sound frequencies.
Oh, really? Well,
Yes.
let me ask you something because I had a guest, Marcus, and he was talking about gang stalking, and he mentioned some stuff, and I wanted to ask you about it, if you knew anything about it. Um, bear with me. Here we go. Uh, he said he heard Morse code both outside his window where he lives. He's in Sweden too, which is like really, a lot of Freemasons and secret
Yeah.
societies and all of that stuff there. And he is an experiencer. His father was in the military, and for some reason, they're focusing on him, gang stalking him. I think he said his father has passed away, but he said he
He, he,
heard Morse code outside his window, and he also heard it inside his head.
yeah. You know what, Linda? I'm glad you brought that up because 2 weeks ago, I was in my bathroom. I was brushing my teeth, and I heard claws. Now, I have a brick home. I have a brick home, and I heard claws coming across the wall.
Wow.
Yes. So I paused. Now I paused, and then I began to listen. Then I began to remote view, and I couldn't believe it was this reptilian, and it was like a midget-sized reptilian, and it ran up and down my brick wall, and what it was trying to do, because it was trying to locate me in the house. It was
Oh,
trying to tap into me. It was trying to figure out where was I in the house. And it found me. It came up almost to like the my window, my bathroom window. So I paused. Then I began to remote view, and I'm thinking, okay, this is like a 4, maybe 5 foot reptilian crawling sideways on my brick wall. And what surprised me the most, here in this realm, we have gravity. And I'm like, how in the fuck is this reptilian able to do this without falling off the wall? That puzzled me. It wasn't that I was afraid. I'm not afraid of anything. So I didn't go into fear or anything. I've seen many reptilians, but I've never seen a reptilian run
Right.
sideways across the wall, like
Like
crawl
like a
sideways.
crab.
Yeah, like a damn demon.
Um,
Uh,
do you think it has AI in it, or maybe an AI could make it do that?
I believe so. Well, they all have nanites in them, and it it did that after the sun went down. It wasn't too long, maybe 30 minutes after the sun went down, because they can't be in our sunlight. Full-blooded reptilians cannot come out in our sunlight. The
Yeah,
sunlight will
that's,
kill it.
and also the air. Don't they have a hard time breathing up here, whereas downstairs, down underground, it's methane gas or something that they prefer?
Not too much the air. They can tolerate the air a lot
Okay.
better than the sunlight. The sunlight will affect them like bad
Yeah.
because of the parasitic type mentality that they have. They are essentially parasites. Uh, but you know, the sunlight, it kills parasites. The sunlight, and it affects them the same way.
Yeah. And he was talking about the Morse code, and he was talking about these beings, these people that are sons and daughters of Freemasons that actually live in his neighborhood, and they know and they just will not stop harassing him. Um, they've mailed him things, anything they can come up with, anything they can come up with. So you're saying they're doing it with AI uh,
Yes.
entities now. So
Yeah.
they're not going to stop.
No. And the crazy thing is, you remember when the government shut down?
Yeah.
Well, over here in our area in North Carolina, well, there was no chemtrails. I didn't see not one. It was beautiful. In the so I had people tell me that in the comment section on my channel, they would tell me, Raw, well, they're still spraying here. And I said, okay, let me know where you're at. And I can begin to map out these reptilian owned states. They were telling me in California, even when the government shut down, they were still spraying. In DC, they were still spraying. In Oklahoma, they were still spraying chemtrails. And I said, okay, well, anywhere that they're still spraying, they're going to put money behind that because it's reptilian owned states and they have an agenda to play out.
Yeah.
They want you guys with these nanites within your body so that you can be more controlled.
Also, with these AI beings, or even, I don't know whether they're clones or robots or what they are, but there was a guy that talked about he was a hybrid, and he worked, but they let him work at Area 54, and he did all
Mhm.
kinds of things. And outside the warehouse, they had him doing all kinds of, just work, nothing, no top secret stuff. But he was working around this warehouse, and usually the doors are closed. And he said they opened them up, and some limos came up, and
Mhm.
they actually set a table out there outside the warehouse, and these people got out, these muckety muck, bigwigs, and they had these cyborgs come out, and
Mhm.
they were, I think, two women and two men, but they were like gorgeous, tall, like,
Yes.
fembots, and
Yep.
like, dominatrix fembots, and their
Yep.
counterparts, their male counterparts. And they were out there and they were demonstrating. And one of them, they instructed one to come walking towards them, and they pulled out all these weapons and they blew half her head off. And she kept smiling and coming towards them. It didn't stop her one bit. It was just like RoboCop.
Yeah.
Remember at the
Yeah.
end where it's just the leg or something, but it's
Yep.
still going? Uh,
Yeah.
but they said this was flesh and blood. It wasn't machine parts or anything. That
Yes.
when she was shot, it was a skull and flesh and bones and blood was everywhere, but she was still smiling and coming towards them.
Linda, I put out a video 2 years ago talking about this before mankind was able to now fully see this. I talked about the underground AI cities where humans are like handlers for these particular androids, and they're doing field tests now. So what you're seeing now, and they've been doing this for the past year, they have been doing field tests where they will bring these very advanced androids, and most of them are going to be females because what they're trying to do, they are going at the high profile men, CEOs of very prominent companies. So they want to marry these men. These men are not going to know that they are androids. They are that sophisticated.
Well, Jeff Bezos, his wife thing, whatever that is, Lauren Sanchez, she looks like a freaking robot.
Yeah. And what they do. See, China is doing the same thing too. China has very advanced robots, and Japan has a very advanced robots. They're doing the same thing and we got that from them. They started this first, where these advanced androids, um, they marry men. They are like the perfect wife. They won't fuss back at you. They do everything you say. They cook, they clean, they grow nails, they grow fingernails, they grow hair. Um, the only thing that they can't do right now, and that is going to be an obstacle that will be conquered. They they want to be able to give birth
Yeah.
to both human and non-human,
Yeah.
the transhumanism,
Yeah.
the perfect transhumanism. That's what they want. But for right now, what they're doing is being the perfect wife. They are the perfect wife. They cook, they clean, they will sex you up. Um, but they're stealing secrets from these prominent men. We're talking about millionaires that are going to becoming billionaires.
But
Um,
let me ask you this. If they get the signal to do it, can they rip the head right off your shoulders? Are
Absolutely,
they
they can.
strong like that?
Yes, they
Yeah.
really are.
So
They
they can
really
they
are.
can also be programmed to kill.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. While you're asleep, while you're asleep, they're up stealing secrets. They're learning from us, but they're going after right now because the people that are behind that, they want to take over specific companies that they can't bribe or bring these particular businessmen into their circuit. So they use these androids to be perfect for them in every way. And then when they marry these androids, they become the perfect wife. They steal secrets, and then just so happenly these men somewhat disappear,
Yeah.
and the wife end up taking over an organization. So, and that has
Well,
happened. That has happened. A lot of people don't know this, so I'm putting it out now. A lot of the men over there in China, they get eliminated slowly, and then the wives have already studied everything about the business. They know everything, and they take it over. But who's controlling this android, this
yeah.
advanced android?
Well, here's something just that popped into my head while you were saying all of this is that the universe is set up with corporations.
Yeah.
Like everything's a corporation, even planets are corporations.
Yep.
So it makes sense. that they would come over here and they'd want to take over corporations. And
Yes.
when that rabbi, his name was Rabbi Finkelstein, and back in the 60s, some radio guy interviewed him, and he laughed about how that McDonald's was taking meat from the meat district, taking the meat of the leftover babies from their sacrifices and from their cannibalism and everything, and grinding it up and feeding it to the public. And he started
Yes.
laughing and saying they're eating their own children and just laughing about it and everything. But he said, he made the point at the end, we own everything. What are you going to do? You know, we own everything. We own the food you eat. We can take your food away from you. You know, we own the car companies, we own the pharmaceutical companies, we own the medical industry, we own everything. So he was just laughing about that, how helpless we were, that we were living in a matrix where we don't own anything. They own everything, and they've taken over all these corporations. So we don't eat, we don't get medical care, we don't get any of the things we need unless they decide we deserve it.
Okay, look, I got 2 points on that, on this right here. One, he is correct about they want us to become cannibals like they are. So, but they're not telling people worldwide that some of these fast food restaurants, what's in the meat is human meat, okay? From, like you said, sacrifice. They have killed a lot of people, even from stricken war zone places. A lot of that meat gets disseminated into the human population. So when people are going to these fast food restaurants, even some of the canned meat, even some of the canned
Yeah.
meat are human meats. And all you have to do, if you are a legitimate scientist, is test it, test the meat. That's all people have to do. But you're not going to find so many scientists that are willing to go out and say this. And for the ones that do say this, legitimate scientists with these credentials backing them, they get hushed up like really quick.
Yeah.
You know, there's a smear campaign that come out by I'm just going to go ahead and say it. The CIA has been doing that for a long time. They have smear agents that come out and you know try to discredit prominent people that do have the backing to present legitimate evidence that this is going on. So, and we've gone to Congress too about this. We've talked about this in Congress.
But this is crimes against humanity on every level because
Yes,
who are these people that died and now are being made into food? And then they're
yes,
forcing other people. You know, there's this company called Cargill, and they are notorious for that. And this guy, Rosenberg, I think is his name, he's the one in the video that was HD video, and it was the America Israel Pact. Obama came out, and because it was HD video, you could see him shapeshifting.
hmm
And all the people in the back look like aliens from another freaking planet. You could see reptilians and all kinds of other people that were just not human. And
yeah,
this guy, Lee Rosenberg, he came up next to Obama, and his teeth literally are growing out of his fucking head.
yes,
You know, I mean, it's like,
yeah. I've seen that.
and
Yeah,
that guy, Rosenberg, is in charge of all the food of for Chicago. And
yeah,
they're using this company Cargill that makes food out of cadavers, and they're putting it in the school system.
yes.
They're feeding it to
They want
children.
us. Yes, they want us to be cannibals like them.
Yeah.
And so when they go to the Positive Galactic Federation Council, which they already know what's going on, they know exactly what's been going on, and they are arguing that when their craft gets shot down, their people are not being returned. They being vented um, for information, and then they are being destroyed. They're talking about this and they are, you know, tired of humanity asking for help, but they want the Galactic Federation Council to do all the work for them.
Yeah.
First, we have to awaken the sheeps, the ones that follow and believe in this government structure. They want us to release the shackles. I'm gonna tell you how you beat this structure. Just like that man you were just talking about that says that they own everything, they can do anything. We have to stop accepting their money.
Yeah.
And this is gonna have to be something that is worldwide because if when we take their money, they rule over us. If we would just continue to do everything that we've been doing, but tell them to keep their money. We take over everything. The humans take over everything. We don't pay for any more rent. We don't pay for any more mortgage. We don't pay for taxes. We take the whole system over, run it the way that we've been running it, but slowly
Yeah.
make it better. Make it better. We bring back, we get rid of the GMO foods. We get rid of the processed foods. We bring in technologies that these human beings have developed through the downloads that we get.
Yeah.
We get these downloads and we come up with technology like free energy that back then the military industrial complex will see these people that come out with technology. They will either buy them out or threaten them. If they couldn't buy them out, they would threaten them. And if threats didn't work, then they will eliminate them and then take their inventions over. So and or they wouldn't give them patents behind it. They will go through hell to get patents behind their own technology. But mankind, if we started working with the human collective, stop accepting their money because money binds us to their will. It's a control system. It's a control tool. It's a control mechanism. It's a slave mechanism.
Yeah.
So we got to get up to provide. We got to get up uh, to um, to make money to go buy things that we need. We built this system. The system is ours. The only thing that isn't ours, the only thing that isn't natural is money,
Right. Well,
which,
it's the source of every evil. Well, I hate to even use the word evil because we're all here to learn and we're all at different levels and all of this that we
yes,
already know. So there really is no such thing as evil per se. There's just darkness and lack of
yeah,
light and ignorance, I guess.
yes, and
But
traps.
also people who just don't see the value. They're I guess addicted to the lower vibrations. They can't get out of it. But you know, this whole thing that seems to be unfolding in front of us now, it's happening slowly.
Yeah,
They're revealing it slowly. And also this Maha thing, that with Kennedy, um, that's uncovering a lot of stuff that even I didn't know about the food. It's frightening what they're
hmm,
putting, what we're eating. And even in vegetables and stuff like that, you just can't get away from it. So they're really cleaning that up. And Trump just gave a lot of money to the farmers. So what is it, 144,000 or something? Those of us that are in the 144,000, we are going to be having to start. The money thing is not going to be in existence. It's not going to even work that way. And
yeah,
everybody that can actually give it up and say, I don't need all these worldly possessions, because we can manifest what we want and
yeah, absolutely.
live together and do things for each other and do what we want to do. That's
Yes.
the beauty of it. We all get to do what we want to do. If I wanted to stop right now and just be a painter, like art,
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah,
and paint the birds or something, I could do that. I could make that my life,
yeah,
and then trade my goods for other services or however. it ends up working, whether we use gold or silver or
Hmm.
even the digital currency. But I think while we're doing that, they're going to be having to wake up the slow way. And I've
Yes.
also heard that a lot of people that's in their soul contract, they didn't want to be part of the first wave. They chose to be the second wave. And
Yeah.
then there's going to be a third wave and a
Yes.
fourth wave, and that these people signed soul contracts to be the second, the third, the fourth. They didn't want to do the first wave because I guess it's a little more difficult or something to be the first, you know?
And it was that's when mankind was entering into a third density. Um that was a little bit before Kennedy time. That was a little bit before Kennedy time. And these reptilians, they were holding up timelines. So the timelines wasn't moving. When they brought in the deep state and they had looking glass, we had technology. The deep state had technology where they were going in to the future and eliminating or starting up certain programs. They knew how to navigate.
Yeah,
They knew how to navigate, but they were causing Mandela effects. So you
yeah,
can't eliminate someone that is supposed to grow up and be something. They were eliminating children that was going to grow up and be something in the future. That's what they
yeah.
were doing.
Oh, wow.
Um, yeah, and that was causing the Akashic records to be thrown off. So the Akashic people, those monks there, they started talking with higher beings that something had to be done because they're disrupting something that is supposed to play out. Like you said, these waves of people,
Yeah,
these contracts, they were eliminating, they can't do that. That it causes Mandela effects. And that can, if you eliminate the wrong person at a particular time, then our whole, what is it called?
Matrix.
This whole world can bend, it can bend in on itself.
Oh, wow.
It can
Implode
fold in. Yes, it can implode
on
and
itself.
destroy
Wow.
everything. It can destroy everything. Like this particular timeline, even though
They've
we
done that
haven't,
before, haven't they?
they have, and
I've
it's
heard that
permitted.
they've destroyed planets
Yes,
before.
yes. When you destroy a planet, that means that you've done something, you've gone beyond what you're supposed to do. And there's a lot of karma behind that. That is a lot of karma because you just destroyed a particular timeline that was supposed to play out. It was already written for that planet and all of those people, and all you have to do is eliminate one particular person.
Yeah,
This particular person that is tied to everyone.
yeah. Well,
So, and they can go back and destroy the first man. It's not permitted. They can go back and destroy the first man, the first woman, and kill off the whole planet that way, and the planet will implode.
but this great awakening now is going to change everything
Hmm.
because now I've heard that the new Earth will be ready done in 30, in 2030.
Hmm.
That's just the first thing I thought of when they were saying this should be accomplished by you know 20 30, and I the first thing I thought was done in 30, because that
Hmm.
was some downloads that Ashtar and all and Palladians and all were saying that by the year 2030 most of this should be done, but like what you said, people have to do it themselves. They can't wait for somebody to
Yeah,
come. Like I had to do my ascension work myself. I
yeah.
had to go over my whole life, and every time I do something or react a certain way, I have to ask myself, why am I reacting that way? And sort of psychoanalyze myself, if you will, and try to get to the root of my anxiety, my
Hmm.
negativity, my brainwashing, if you will, and sort of uh, reprogram myself um,
Yeah.
to listening to all of these downloads and all these positive things that are in our future and how we can achieve them and how we should have always been able to do this, getting my own memories back and all of that.
Yes.
They're going to have like a long journey ahead of them. And I think at some point that whole thing will destroy itself and they will end up ascending, you know, out of it.
Hmm.
Um, but they have to do it themselves. And I guess some of them won't make it and they'll just fizzle out, I guess. I mean, does that happen? Do you think there's some beings there's just no light left in them? No.
They do have light, but they look away from the light um, because they love this particular control system. They get to like when their time is up, they get to come back and choose uh, to be even darker if they want to. Like they have that choice. They have signed soul contracts with the Luciferians
Oh,
or the
right.
cabal, and they can incarnate to keep going. They like the money system, they like control system. They don't want to go back to source because they have to like take accountability.
Yeah.
uh they have to expand. They don't want to expand. They want to continue on that negative path, but at some point it still gets shut down.
Yeah.
Like source is going to shut this down. It can't stay like this because everyone here, once we're done, once we're done, even the sheep at some point have to wake up.
Yeah.
So we're leaving this system one by one. Even the sheep, they're going to be leaving, and there's not going to be anything but darkness.
Yeah.
When it's only darkness and there's no other opposite to counter, it implodes into
Oh,
itself.
okay. So
It destroys.
basically, what they have done, or I don't know whether they did it on purpose or not, causing these planets and systems to implode, is going to happen to them.
Yes, they
That's
would
their
like
fate.
return back to Stardust.
Stardust. Yeah,
Yes, and that's the long way back to source. I don't know if you ever watched Ashiana Dean type of information,
I
but
haven't.
she the Guardian Alliance. But she's very advanced. She worked with the Guardian Alliance, and she incarnated to help humanity. She's very, very advanced. A lot of people are not going to understand her information. You have to watch her information over years and study it. She deals with like the law of oneness
Yeah,
and unity consciousness, and they tried to eliminate her a long time ago too. I mean, she had to like bounce around to keep positive people around her, people that she can trust, because the cabal, these particular Illuminatis, these dark magicians, they try to eliminate her, just like they do with all of us.
well, you can see them though really crumbling, and
Yes,
you can see that they are not what definitely not what they used to be.
they're not as
And
powerful as they used to be because of the frequency. We've
yeah,
started to rise above them. So they're operating right now. People still think we're in third density. We're not in third density
yeah.
anymore. We're in fourth, and we're continuing to rise.
I
So
actually feel like we're halfway in fifth
we're
right
we're,
now.
we're, we're almost there. Once we stop participating in the red and blue
Yeah.
division, then we're ready for fifth density consciousness because you can't have a government structure and then go into fifth density unity consciousness because you once you go into fifth density, that means that you have stepped all the way into who you are and you're working with that energy, so you can begin to manifest what you want. You take
Right.
control of you. You don't allow a government structure to tell you how to live, what to do, and and just hijack
Yeah. Your
your
life.
yeah, yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
And also that you kind of leave all that behind. Like
Yep.
it's not manifest, you're not thinking of, your energy is not there.
Yes.
It's in a new place, and that's what's manifesting.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I think these people, but and also about the blue and the red and all of that. If one, that's what I was going to say. Once you embrace that law of one, it kind of all falls away
It does.
because it's like hating yourself,
Hmm.
because we're all, even them, even them, they're in the field, they're part of source energy. They
Yes.
are, yeah, believe it or not. They don't, it's not what you think of when you think of source energy, but they are alive, they are breathing, they are experiencing, they are learning and making choices, and they're part of the whole system of energy exchange. And
Yes.
and at the very least, they provide something to resist and repel from.
Hmm.
You Without them, it's like not having anything to resist or to it's boring. Like we
Yeah.
learn
Yeah.
more by having these things placed in front of us and having to figure the whole thing out. And yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. And that's like part of the mission, because we actually came in to help awaken people. See, what you're doing, that's your mission, to help people. You present this in front of them because you have the spiritual eyes to see this. And we're working in this network as light workers and light warriors to show and present humanity what is really going on, because they can't see it, Linda. They can't see it.
Yeah.
But as we continue to make these shows and do these podcasts, we're doing the work and we're helping the ones that are stuck.